Hey guys, welcome to or back to my YouTube channel where I just talk about everything and just do everything I love, such as reading, being outside, just hanging out with my friends and family. So today we are going to be talking about all the books I've read so far this year. So I've been very busy, but I have read 23 books this year, which isn't very many. My goal's 50, so I'm a little bit behind by the end of this year, and it's already past halfway through this year. I'm just going to be answering some questions related to the books that I've read this year. So the first question is, what is the best book you've read so far in 2025? Honestly, I think I gotta say The House of Hades, which is the fourth book in the Heroes of Olympus series. I've never read this book before this. I reread the whole Percy Jackson series and then the Heroes of Olympus series because when I was a child I read them and stopped on the Mark of Athena. But then getting to this book, like Annabeth and Percy, I love them so much. So The House of Hades was absolutely amazing, and I'm really sad that that's kind of like their epilogue. They don't have a POV in the last book, The Blood of Olympus, which I'm currently reading now. The next question is, what is the best sequel you've read so far in 2025? That would definitely have to be The Ballad of Never After. This is the second book in the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, and this is an amazing sequel. It was so good. So I absolutely love this. And if you haven't already, you should definitely read the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. I read the Caraval series first and then this, which I would recommend doing. The next question is new release you haven't read yet, but you want to. For this, I'm going to say Watch Me by Tahereh Mafi because I read the Shatter Me series 2 years ago and I absolutely loved it. And I want to read this new spin-off series. And the book is really pretty, so. Next question is a new to you author that you really liked. And I would say I don't have this book a physical copy of it because I read it for school through school, and the author was Khaled Hosseini, who wrote A Thousand Splendid Suns, and I want to read more of their books because I really thought that book was really powerful and I like that one, and I would definitely recommend that book. So they're a new to me author that I really enjoyed. The next question is a book that made you cry. A book that made me cry that is also I forgot about for an amazing sequel is Fearless by Lauren Roberts. This book made me cry, and it was an amazing sequel. It's really big, but I really liked it, and I love Lauren Roberts, so I definitely recommend the Powerless series, and this book definitely made me cry. I actually have a reading vlog about me reading Fearless if you want to go check that out too. The next question is, what book do you want to reread this year, or books? And I actually want to reread the Shatter Me series, preferably before I read Watch Me. I don't know, I remember really loving this, and I just want to go back to the world, and because it's summer and why not? The next question is a book that you've been putting off. My answer to this question would be Keeper of Lost Cities Unraveled. Keeper of the Lost City series, it's that series up there, right here. It's huge, and I absolutely love that series, but honestly there's so much material that I don't think I can remember very much that had happened throughout that series, so I should probably watch a video before I read this book, which is a novella. It's book 9.5. All the books are so long, even though novellas are long. This is only I think the first or second novella or something. The books are 800 or 700 pages, mostly. So I love Kiefe. Don't tell me I'm pronouncing it wrong because I like it pronouncing it Kiefe better than Keef. So I am excited to read this. I just need to get a refresh on everything that's happened in that series so far. The next question is, what is a series that you want to finish before the end of 2025? And I would say the Heroes of Olympus series, hopefully soon. I'm reading The Blood of Olympus right now. I'm on page 131, so I have this much left to go, and I just want to finish it up because I've been reading this series for so long because the books are so big. But I do love it, and I love that world and stuff. So the next question is a 5-star prediction for an upcoming book that you're planning on reading. And I would say I think that I'm gonna give 5 stars to The Cruel Prince, and I want to read this. So this would be my upcoming 5-star prediction. And then the last question is just to shout out another book that you really enjoyed. And I would have to say Sunrise on the Reaping. I don't know if enjoyed is necessarily the right word, but definitely made me feel things. I was reading it on an airplane, so I couldn't really cry. I was about to, but I didn't, I don't think, because I was sitting by a random guy on a plane. So, but this book was really good, but really upsetting. So if you like the Hunger Games or anything, like just read this book. So yeah. Well, I've mainly only talked about like my favorite books this year. I read a lot of other books or listened to a lot of audiobooks that were kind of like mid. So I'll just like say some of the ones that I listened to. Listened to the Truly Devious book. This year I listened to the 3rd, 4th, and 5th book of that series, and it was good. I've liked listening to that. And then I also listened to some nonfiction books. I listened to The Sun Does Shine, How I Found Life and Freedom on Death Row, and I thought that was very eye-opening. So I've been trying to like expand the sort of books that I read and listen to, and it's hard for me to sit down and read nonfiction, so I usually listen to it. But actually I am right now reading Astrophysics for people in a hurry, so I definitely recommend if you want to expand your books that you read to definitely listen to them via audiobook. And then some other ones that were alright that I listened to, Anna and the French Kiss, and that was good. I listened to Wilder Girls, that was a little weird, but it was good. Thanks for listening to me talk about the 23 books that I've read so far this year.